Welcome back. Let's play some 10-minute games here on Shogi Wars. Good luck. If there are loose pieces, you will not be stuck in search of a move. Wait. Alright, last time I did rook takes when they did this. I'm just gonna close this file and pretend we never went there. Wait, no, this is not American opposing rook, because it's not opposing rook strategy. I'd have to have lifted the silver and bishop and dropped the rook over here. Alright, I sometimes remember how these pieces work. This is quite reasonable. Let's see if I can play high Mino through transposition. Seemingly I can. What a way to play it, though. No points for high Mino this time. Oh, there it is. Okay. This looks natural. So I have an open diagonal for my bishop. I'm not sure, like, I've had a position that was far worse than this just last month. I don't know how I got a better position this time. At least this looks better. Alright, let's just go. So if they push this, we exchange rooks, I can take a knight. Didn't think this would happen. Actually, wait, this is risky. If the silver advances, I can pawn drop to win a gold general, but maybe I get my rook trapped. But getting the rook trapped might be a good thing, because if I checkmate them, like, who cares about the rook? This too is risky. Let's go. Yeah, what's gonna defend this king's ear? That looks hugely problematic. Let's go. So if I get a general, I can drop it right there. I've got a general. They'll have to defend. That's not a defensive move. Okay. You drive a hard bargain. One down, two to go. Good luck. Yeah, I did talk about our proverb for today. If there are loose pieces, you won't be stuck in search of a move. Because the idea here... it's that the silver and bishop align here, right? But yeah, last time we learned we have to push on the bishop's head to get this moving. It's fine to push this out too. That makes this more effective, not less effective. Unless I've missed something critical here. This silver is now a target because I can promote and fork. Previously, I didn't have that possibility because the silver was back here. I would just promote and then later bishop moves somewhere and we figure something out, but I'm not going to let that right next to my king. This is spooky. It's too close to the king. Wait, no, if I kick the rook, how much trouble am I in? What's going on here? Like, the answer is almost always kick the rook. I just don't understand why. And for once I have time to figure it out, so let's make some effort to understand it. Oh, if I don't do this, they'll just pawn drop, and I have no way to evict it. So yeah, this has to follow. It's not a question of desire, but compulsion. But it's fine. They're threatening this bishop advance. Alright, this looks sensible. I'm gonna get in trouble here. Wait, if the rook retreats, I have pawn drop 5-5. Yeah, if it retreats, it has to go this way instead. There we go. They can pawn drop on my rook's head. At some point, I'll just let the rook drop. Like, I can take 2 pawns and then take the bishop and silver and all that. This is different. Okay. Guess I have to retreat. That wasn't a trap. I didn't expect them to go here. I was going to drop a pawn and then promote it here. Well, this is an experience. How do I convince my opponent that I'm playing Shogi?
7分
I'm not just trying to play for traps, but I'm actually trying to play something of a strategic game despite having played a really aggressive opening. I don't know. Wait, if I drop that, yeah, my pieces get ensnared. I guess I could have dropped this on the rook file, but whatever. Thanks, baby. 2 down, 1 to go. Good luck. Yeah, no kidding. Who could have guessed? Not I. Well, this is going to be an experience. Mm-hmm. Just when we thought this might be our shortest video to date, guess what showed up? The one thing that ruins short games. I did attempt to discourage my opponent from building this, but they built it. On the bright side, I've pushed this pawn, so maybe I've got something someday. Hmm. They're just going to complete their castle, and likewise, I'm going to build this, whatever I've built. But yeah, for my position to... My opponent needs to find a vulnerable point. This knight looks vulnerable, so I think I should push this up. Let's do that. Oh, I could have pushed on the bishop's head. I missed my one chance to attack. Or my easy chance to attack. Western Mike Tyson minus the silver. That's going to matter. It's going to be a huge deal. Although, thankfully, it's actually optional. I don't believe that. I don't think I can be persuaded on that point. Oh, this is funny. Oh, for the badge purposes. Okay, fine. Yeah. In terms of, like, actually playing a game, in this setting, like, this is not a very good castle. Thankfully, it's set up against this when this one ain't moving nowhere. So, thank goodness for small miracles. Probably should have delayed this pawn push by one move just for surprise impact. And then they're dropping this with no way to defend it. Um, hmm. Hmm. Okay, I guess this is a question for anybody watching the video or live. Like, this blank king, gold, gold. Like, this is not a good shape, right? There's no way. This is just, oh my goodness. How much trouble am I going to get in for playing that? Yeah, the golds are nice. Hmm. How do I not take the free pawn? Persuade myself it isn't free. Hmm. Hmm. I'm getting a pawn either way here. Hmm. The undefended corner is where my king is at. It's not a question of right now that happening, but like if they win the game, it's because they attack my king. That's eventually coming. Oh, joy. Oh my gosh. Everything hangs. Well, isn't this fun? I trapped my silver. I'm so good at this game. On the bright side, I could push twice. They take here, and I don't know what's going on. See, if they pawn drop, I guess I push this. They take this, and all my everything is hanging. That's not good. That's super double. Wait, if they drop here, I could evacuate my bishop. They take a silver. I take here. I've given a silver for no reason, but I could, if they drop, I could also push this knight. And suddenly, I'm not a complete dum-dum. Yeah, I'm crazy for letting myself only have knight up as the only way forward here. Um, okay, they stop knight up and re-threaten my bishop's head. That's smart. Um, hmm, well, time to roll them bones. Um, how much trouble am I in? You take my pawn, I take your pawn. Start sacking stuff and pushing stuff, and I don't know. Oh, matters much more in double swinging rook games. Maybe that's why I'm so sensitive to that. Hmm, maybe. Yes, I got them to split up the castle.
7分。
Yay me. Also, they have no pawn in hand. So... this is weird. Mm-hmm. This is most bizarre. So I could pawn drop on the bishop's head and then push my rook pawn. They'll move this gold away and the rook protects the bishop. But I'm making progress somehow. Crazy. I'm just concerned if I evict this. Okay, well. I wasn't concerned about them promoting, but now I see it. Hmm. I see your promotion threat. I'm gonna take your pawn unless you promote it. Okay. There we go. First casualty of war. Now I can threaten to promote my rook. Mm-hmm. Do I actually follow through on it? I have a knight. Okay, I'm gonna surround this bishop. Let's promote. If they take the bishop, I can take the rook, and this gold is loose. However, there is a weak spot next to my king. So they drop a knight, and if they had more pieces, they'd drop those too.
5分
Now I find the brilliant game-winning move. Bear with me. Wait, you've got a knight, I've got a knight. To quote Aladdin, you idiots, we've all got knights. He's got a sword! Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forgot I had that. Sure, I'm more accustomed to having a bishop, and it just like zip, it cuts along the diagonal. silver can't move anywhere, and then we just take the gold. But in this case, we could take the silver out, drop a silver, and see what we come up with. Or I might just do rook takes gold anyway. Because surely that's the better path. As long as I don't get mated. But yeah, like rook takes and then drop another rook and just keep taking here until they can't stop me. They could promote a bishop right here. I am such a master of subtlety. It's okay. Wait, I can cut out the bishop. Do I push the pawn or do I retreat the silver? We're not giving them another piece. We're pushing this pawn. There we go. I'm going to win this on time. And probably flub the checkmate in the process. But hey, it's the thought that counts. Maybe I should move up the knight in case rook drop does happen. Oh, never mind. That's one thing I don't have to consider anymore. I am in check. Okay, my generals will defend each other. So first, let's do the fork. Well, that's good enough. I am A-okay with this. Yeah, it's annoying, but progress is progress. We'll just go back. I'm threatening your gold.
It'd
Be nice to have the checkmate here, like bishop drop or something. It's not enough. Okay. What's the most bloodthirsty move here? I'm looking. What if I didn't have this massive time advantage, what would I play? Other knight up? This guy? Could be. I was trying to find it. Surely I had a knight in hand or something. I don't have one of those. Oh, here's the push. Yeah. There it is. This works too. Yeah, other knight up is the safest move. That makes sense. Well, that's 3 games. Hope we enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.